And welcome to tonight's quiz. And I can hear my voice, and it's about a second or two behind me actually speaking, which is very strange, a bit weird. Hope you're all well, if rather cold. I've been cold all day. Got the heating on now. Couldn't stand it any longer. So put the heating on. So otherwise we've had the fire on, and we've had thingy electric heaters on. So no, with the bills coming in, I don't think we should be doing that. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and we'll be starting the quiz in about 10 minutes. So I don't know why I'm looking at the questions, so I won't be asking those yet. But just to a few, not notices, but just to keep you up to date with the news. Just wanted to say happy birthday, Gail. It is Gail's birthday today. I know she doesn't sort of show up on the comments page, but she sits there in the background. Oh, look. Oh, happy birthday, Gail. Yay. I won't say how old she is. She did tell me, but I'll put it in my diary and I'll remember in future. Very happy birthday. And we also have Joe's birthday coming up soon. That's on the 5th. So happy birthday to Joe. And Joe does show up with her comments. So I hope she's already joined so that she'll be able to watch this as well. Happy birthday to both of you. I hope you're having an enjoyable day, although we're coming towards the end of it. And a congratulations to Sarah, who joins in our comments, because she completed her 100-mile challenge, 100-mile walk in October for cancer research, the same as David did. So well done to both of you. David did, I think it was about 150 miles in the end, because he was doing more than he needed to. I didn't do anything. I did about 100 yards. Anyway, well done, Sarah. That's a good challenge. So what has been happening? Well, having more measurements taken, or a quote again tomorrow for new carpet for the stairs and the hallway. So we've had great fun going around carpet showrooms looking at carpets. It's not the most thrilling of things to do, is it really? No, not looking at carpets. There's only so much you can learn about carpets before ennui, boredom sets in. And you think, okay, that's another carpet. And whether it's a loop or a pile, or whether it shows up footprints, no. Anyway, we're probably going for a very safe beige, but we had one quote on Monday, and another quote tomorrow. So we'll see who will get it. Because the carpets that we've had, well, we can't even count them as, one is a sort of an offcut upstairs in the hallway, which David laid several years ago. And down the stairs we had these sort of strange semicircular carpet tiles in a way. I can't remember where we got them from, some catalogue, but they looked quite trendy and different at the time. But they've worn away over the years. That, well, I think it's about time that we did something that would make the place look a little better. Although to do that, we'd have to recarpet the whole place, and somehow I don't think I could cope with it. I would like to, but the amount of furniture that would need to be moved. So what else has happened? Well, the siblings' Sunday night sortie to Melton Mowbray went well. That was a success. Nice little place, Melton Mowbray. Went to a couple of nice pubs. At one point, we were the only people in the pub at 9 o'clock in the evening yet. It was a nice pub, but it was when we paid for the drinks that we realised why that might be the case. Specifically, a glass of wine. Whoa, expensive or what? Flipping heck, no wonder nobody was out there. But a nice little town, and we bought pork pies, of course, which we've now finished, from Ye Olde Porky Pie Shoppy. And it's, I mean, you're talking a solid pork pie here, not something that's just... I'm not a great lover of pork pies. I like them now and again. But this is now finished. We had a quarter yesterday each and a quarter today each. I had mine with beetroot. I do like beetroot. It's very nice. So Melton Mowbray, we may go back again, although I looked at the price for hotels, or particularly the Premier Inn where we stayed, which was a very good price for a Sunday night. But then you go on a Monday night and it's twice the price. Why? Now I must say I haven't got any comments coming up at them. Oh, yes, there are. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Joe. Gail and Joe are wishing each other happy birthday. That's all right. Now, what else has happened? Supposed to be that they've said, Joe says, see you in December, and Gail says, thanks. No, that's for the birthday thing. See you in December, because we were supposed to have a meal tomorrow. Unfortunately, one of our number has tested positive for COVID, so he's unable to make it. So we decided that rather than be undernumbered, can you say that? Undernumbered? I don't know. Rather than be what? Hospitable. we decided that we would postpone, and we would meet up in December, on December the 1st. Oh, hi Lynn and Martin. Oh, hello Glynis and Derek. We would meet up in December the 1st. So we've changed the date. So I've now got my first Christmas meal will be on December the 1st. And then I've got another Christmas meal on December the 2nd with the entertainment team from Chester Green. 10 of us. That should be interesting. But very nice going to the European nice menu. Don't know what the menu is in Bistro Pierre, because they haven't put up a Christmas menu for other than the party ones. But we'll see. I'm sure it'll be something appropriate, something nice. We're doing okay for time. So looking forward to the meal on the 1st of December. So hopefully the Zoomer who had to bow out will be perfectly healthy by then. David has managed to renew his drone license, and to do that he had to resit the exam. They said, or not resit, but he had to retake the exam that he'd done, or the test that he'd done in the first place, and he could have had time to revise, but he thought, no, I won't, and he got 92%. So he's got his drone license, and tomorrow he's got his 6th COVID job. I had my 4th last week. Was it last week? Yes, I think it was. The days just pass by when you're retired. They just go. So what else? I don't know if there's any other. Molly as well. I don't know where she is. She's probably sitting by a radiator somewhere with her paws wrapped around the pipe. I don't know what else. I don't think we have any other news. I can hear a voice. And it's not the techies. Oh, strange. Anyway, I'll explain to you what the quiz is tonight. I did put up a what to swat on Facebook as usual, but as I said on Facebook, the category I write isn't necessarily the obvious category. So you may go, oh, hello Zoomers. We've only got 2 out of 3 Zoomers tonight. Bob has gone for a meal, apparently. You've got to get your priorities right. Right, so we've got the first question. First, round 1 is in the news. Round 2 is the last laugh. And I'll explain that when we get to it. The last laugh. Round 3, I put it down as numbers on the what to swat item on Facebook. I've called it prime movers. So a slightly different round. Then we've got the interval. Round 4 is pictures, and it's musical symbols. Now remember, the pictures round is always the techies round, so don't yell at me. And round 5, you're either going to love it or hate it, is languages. And you'll see exactly what I mean when we get to that round. I think I might get moaned at for that. Not so much hard as different. Yeah. Glynis might like it, but I'm not sure about anyone else. But I haven't seen Glynis. Oh yeah, she is there, sorry. Right, so if you are ready to start, I'll take a little sip of my South African Chenin Blanc. And we'll start with in the news. Question 1. Which comedian is standing to become the Labour MP for Sheffield Central, causing controversy among some MPs and other people? Which comedian is standing to become the Labour MP for Sheffield Central, causing controversy among some MPs? One of those being Lee Anderson, he of the You Can Cook a Meal for 30 pence claim. From Ashfield, I think, is he? Okay. Question 2. Gemma Mitchell became the first woman in England and Wales to have what televised live? Gemma Mitchell became the first woman in England and Wales to have what televised live? This was last week. It was the first time that I think they've done it before, but not, or she was certainly the first woman to have this televised live. Question 3. Who has taken to calling himself the Chief Twit? Who has taken to calling himself the Chief Twit? It's a perfectly acceptable name, personally. Question 4. Which rock and roll singer of Great Balls of Fire fame has died? Which rock and roll singer of Great Balls of Fire fame has died? I won't try singing that, Joe. Question 5. Whose memoir, called Spare, will now be published in January? Whose memoir, called Spare, will now be published in January? It was due to come out last month, I think. Being held back till January. Question 6. Whose waxwork model in Madame Tussauds was smeared with chocolate cake by Just Stop Oil activists? Whose waxwork model in Madame Tussauds was smeared with chocolate cake by Just Stop Oil activists? I was surprised that they were prepared to waste chocolate cake. Not that I like chocolate cake, but a lot of people do. Question 7. Who resigned as business secretary, dating his letter as St. Crispin's Day? Who resigned as business secretary, dating his letter as St. Crispin's Day? He's a pillock. Really is. Question 8. Where will COP27 be taking place this month? And our Prime Minister will now be going to it. Where will COP27 be taking place this month? Question 9. In which country has left-winger Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva beaten the far-right incumbent president? In which country has left-winger Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva beaten the far-right incumbent president? And question 10, finishing on a sad question, I'm afraid. In which capital city were over 150 people killed in a tragic Halloween crush on Saturday? In which capital city were over 150 people killed in a tragic Halloween crush on Saturday? Okay, there are your questions. Does anybody want any repeating? No repeats? Ah, that's better. I've got the screen up. Evening, Sarah. Hadn't seen that earlier. Were you there when I said congratulations on completing your 100-mile walk? Hope you were. Right, if we've got no repeat required, then I'll give you the answers. Question 1. The comedian standing to become Labour MP for Sheffield Central is Eddie Izzard. Lee Anderson said wouldn't follow him into the toilet. Oh, dear me. Oh. Question 2. Gemma Mitchell became the first woman in England and Wales to have her sentencing televised, or anything like that, but not her trial. It wasn't the trial that was televised, but just the sentencing. And it only showed the judge, not her, not Gemma Mitchell. She's the one who beheaded her friend from church and put her in a suitcase and then took her to the woods and, well, didn't even bury her, because she wanted her money. So that was sentencing or anything like that. Question 3, it's Elon Musk who has taken to calling himself the chief twit since he bought Twitter. Question 4, the rock and roll singer who's died is Jerry Lee Lewis. Question 5, Spare is Prince Harry or the Duke of Sussex's memoir. That should be a fun read, shouldn't it, in January, if you've got nothing else to look forward to. Question 6, and it was King Charles III, or Charles or the King's statue, a waxwork model that was smeared with chocolate cake. Question 7, it was Jacob Rees-Mogg, Mary's second secretary, dating his handwritten letter, of course, as St. Crispin's Day. Question 8, COP27 will be taking place in Egypt. Question 9, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva beat Bolsonaro in Brazil. And question 10, over 150 people were killed in Seoul, South Korea, in the Halloween crush on Saturday. So how did you do on that round? Round 1, see if we can get better marks this week. I have tried, but let's see what. Oh, Lina Martin 10. Yay, a 10. Good. Debbie 8. Glynis 10. Joe 9. Sarah 8. Oh, with Anne's dad as well. Hello, Anne's dad. Oh, good. Oh, so a good start. It's all downhill from here. Well, I don't think so. I hope not. Now, round 2, I've called the last laugh. And essentially all it is 10 questions on general knowledge where each correct answer ends with ha, H-A. So that's why it's the last laugh. So each correct answer ends with ha, so that could be helpful with your question, with your answers. So if you are ready for round 2, question 1. According to the full title of the novel, in which region of Spain does Don Quixote live? According to the full title of the novel, in which region of Spain does Don Quixote live? Remember, the correct answer will end in ha. Question 2. Founded in 1887 to manufacture pianos and reed organs, which well-known company has a logo consisting of 3 interlocking tuning forks? Founded in 1887 to manufacture pianos and reed organs, which well-known company has a logo consisting of 3 interlocking tuning forks? Question 3. Which regular dance, by which I mean it features regularly in Strictly Come Dancing, originated in Cuba and has a name that derives from the shuffling sound of the dancer's feet? Which regular dance in Strictly Come Dancing originated in Cuba and has a name that derives from the shuffling sound of the dancer's feet? Question 4. Scoring after just 25 seconds in 2009, which then Everton player set the record for the fastest ever goal in an FA Cup final? Scoring after just 25 seconds in 2009, which then Everton player set the record for the fastest ever goal in an FA Cup final? Remember, it'll end in ha. Question 5. What was the name of the award presented to celebrities after having a hidden camera practical joke played on them on the TV show Noel's House Party? What was the name of the award presented to celebrities after having a hidden camera practical joke played on them on the TV show Noel's House Party? Question 6. Reaching number 1 in 1998, what was the title of Corner Shop's only UK top 20 hit single? Reaching number 1 in 1998, what was the title of Corner Shop's only UK top 20 hit single? Question 7. Derived from words meaning art and person, what name is given to a Japanese woman trained in the arts of music, dancing and conversation to act as a professional companion for men? Derived from words meaning art and person, what name is given to a Japanese woman trained in the arts of music, dancing and conversation to act as a professional companion for men? It's a long question. Question 8. What is the first letter of the Greek alphabet? What is the first letter of the Greek alphabet? Question 9. What is the name given to a country house or cottage in Russia, typically used as a second or holiday home? What is the name given to a country house or cottage in Russia, typically used as a second or holiday home? And question 10. What 8-letter word beginning with B means a noisy and overexcited reaction or response to something? What 8-letter word beginning with B means a noisy and overexcited reaction or response to something. So there are your 10 last laugh questions. Let me know if you need any repeating. Like my tangerine jumper. I don't think I've worn this one before for the quiz. Nice and bright for winter, instead of these greys and browns and blacks and no repeats. Right. Okay, let's go through the answers to that round then. Question 1. Don Quixote lives in La Mancha. Man of La Mancha. Question 2. The company that manufactures pianos and reed organs is Yamaha. Question 3. The dance had originated in Cuba, and the name derives from the shuffling sound of the dancer's feet is the cha-cha or the cha-cha-cha. Accept either. Question 4. The record for the fastest ever goal in an FA Cup final was scored by Louis Saha. Question 5. The award presented to celebrities on Noel's house party was a gotcha. It was originally a gotcha Oscar, but the Oscars got a bit sniffy about that and threatened to sue the BBC, so they backed down. I think they actually settled something out of court. Question 6. Corner Shop's only UK top 20 hit single was Brimful of Asher. I've looked up what that means before and I've forgotten. I always do, which means I'm not very interested in it. Question 7. The Japanese woman trained in the art of music, etc. is a geisha. Question 8. First letter of the Greek alphabet is alpha. Question 9. The country house or cottage in Russia is a dacha. I think for the top people in Russia, the country house or cottage is a little disingenuous as a description. And question 10, the 8-letter word beginning with B was brouhaha. Not a word you come across very often these days, is it? Brouhaha. I like that. Ha ha ha. Brouhaha. Right, so how did you do on that round? Let's see what scores we've got. Linda Martin 7, Sarah and Anne and Anne's dad 6. That's not bad. Debbie 7. Nine, you got the football answer. Well done, Glynis. Well done. Interrupted by 2 phone calls. 8. Well, 8 is good, especially if you were interrupted. Tell these people not to ring you on a Wednesday. Goodness me, interrupted by 2 phone calls. Hope it wasn't your daughters. They should know better. Right, okay. Oh, not bad scores then. That's quite pleased with those. Now we'll see how you get on with this round. Prime movers. And it's a numbers round. Each correct answer is a prime number. and is greater than the number in the previous answer. So that might give you a bit of help. And I'm just going to, between 1 and, I'm trying to think for next. Anyway, the no higher than the middle hundreds, just to sort of give you a bit of a scale. So each correct answer is a prime number which can only be divided by 1 and itself, and is greater than the number in the previous answer. Question 1. How many players are there in a rugby league team? How many players are there in a rugby league team? Question 2. What number is considered unlucky in Italy? One theory being that when it is written in Roman numerals, it is an anagram of a Latin word meaning my life is over or I have lived, implying that you're going to die soon. So whereas we have Friday the 13th is unlucky, the Italians would say Friday the... So what number is considered unlucky in Italy? One theory being that when it is written in Roman numerals, it's an anagram of a Latin word meaning my life is over or I have lived. Question 3. In the book of Psalms in the Old Testament, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, is known as Psalm number what? In the book of Psalms in the Old Testament, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, is known as Psalm number what? No wonder people find English difficult at times. When you look at the word psalm, you don't pronounce the P, you don't pronounce the L, and it sounds as if it should be written as S-A-R-M. Anyway, what number psalm is the Lord is my shepherd? Voice in my head said I need to come off the wine. Question 4. In humans, the average internal temperature is how many degrees Celsius? In humans, the average internal temperature is how many degrees Celsius? Now, it can be one of two, but remember it's prime numbers that you're looking for, she says, wagging her finger. Question 5. In the Herbie films, what was the racing number that featured on the front and sides of the car known as Herbie? In the Herbie films, what was the racing number that featured on the front and sides of the car known as Herbie? Question 6. Used in the title of a Bob Dylan song and album, what is the route number for the US highway that runs from New Orleans to Minnesota and generally follows the course of the Mississippi River? Used in the title of a Bob Dylan song and album, what is the route number for the US highway that runs from New Orleans to Minnesota and generally follows the course of the Mississippi River? I think it's the Bob Dylan song and album that'll be the most likely one to give you the answer. Question 7. How many medals in total did Great Britain win at the 2016 Summer Olympics? How many medals in total did Great Britain win at the 2016 Summer Olympics? Remember, it'll be a prime number. Question 8. In a game of bingo, what number might be referred to as almost there? In a game of bingo, what number might be referred to as almost there? Question 9. How old was the Queen Mother when she died in 2001? How old was the Queen Mother when she died in 2001? And question 10. According to the title of a 2010 film directed by Danny Boyle, for how many hours was Aaron Ralston trapped in a canyon, amputating his own forearm to free himself from a dislodged boulder? According to the title of a 2010 film directed by Danny Boyle, for how many hours was Aaron Ralston trapped in a canyon, amputating his own forearm to free himself from a dislodged boulder? It's a film that's worth watching if you haven't seen it. Bit sort of, no, can't watch, but it is good. And it's a true story. So if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. Right, those are all your questions. Let me know if you need any repeating. Not sure how the answers will go on this one. Remember, they're all prime numbers, and each answer is higher than the number in the previous answer. Hope you haven't had any more phone calls, Joe. No repeats? Okay. Question 1. There are 13 players in a rugby league team. 13. Question 2. The number considered unlucky in Italy is 17. It's an anagram of vixi, meaning I have lived, implying that you are going to die soon. That's one of the theories anyway. So there you go, 17 is unlucky in Italy. Question 3, in the book of Psalms, the Lord is my shepherd, is Psalm number 23. Question 4, in humans the average internal temperature is 37. Didn't want the full number, just 37. Question 5, in Herbie films, Herbie had the number 53 featuring on the front and sides. Question 6, the Bob Dylan song and album was Highway 61 Revisited. So 61 was your answer there. Question 7, Great Britain won 67 medals in total at the 2016 Summer Olympics. Question 8, in a game of bingo, you might refer to 89 as almost there because 90 is the top of the shop. So 89. Question 9, the Queen Mother was 101 when she died in 2001. And question 10, the film directed by Danny Boyle was 127 hours, 127. So how did you do on that round? What sort of scores did we get on that one? I'm expecting a mixture on this. You never know. Linda Martin 6. Glynis 9. Oh, on a bit of a roll tonight, Glynis. Sarah 8, Sarah Ann and Ann's dad 8, Joe 4. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh. Debbie 8 in the numbers round. Remember, you always say you won't do well in numbers, but you do. Any others? I think that's it, isn't it? Okay, right. So we're up to the interval now, and we'll do find a word. Just what books am I reading, or book am I reading at the moment? I've finished, Joe. I've finished The Essex Serpent. I think, like you, I found it hard going, and I'm not quite sure what its real purpose was. It sort of, it was sort of unrequited love and a sort of ghost story. Well, no, it wasn't a ghost story. It was a mystery. It was strange. It was strange. But you don't want it back, do you? Because I think you said you didn't want it back, because I'll send it to the charity shop. I don't think I'll pass it on to anyone else. So at the moment I'm reading, I do like this, Mel Starr, he's an American writer, or is he Canadian? American, I think. And he writes a series of medieval mysteries, which are very good because they're very easy to read, very easy to follow, and very interesting. And he's got a lot of detail in the background, but I like them. The Chronicles of Hugh de Singleton, Surgeon. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's quite very different from the Essex Serpent. It's both historical, but yes, one made me almost hysterical. Anyway, I'll stop rabbiting on about that. And we'll do find a word and see if you can, the longest word you can find. Consonant. 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 Vowel. Ooh. Vowel. Vowel. Consonant. Consonant. Ooh. Right. Quart. You have crack, C-R-A-I-C, the Irish word for a bit of crack. Arctic, yes, from Sarah, that's good. Aquatic. No, it's only one A, so that's no good. It's just this urge to use QU because it so rarely comes up. So I think Sarah's got the longest at the moment with 6 and Arctic. Anybody, anything else? No, I can only come up with 5-letter ones. Okay, try another one. Consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. Okay, sneak, naive, knaves, skein, as in a skein of wool, can't you? Quartic. Oh, what is that, Lynn? What's quartic? Or quartic? Quartic, I assume. I've come across that from the last round. Quartic. Sure, there must be a longish one in here. Right, quartic is what? The highest degree that every polynomial equation can be solved by radicals, and it explains it perfectly clearly. According to the Abel-Ruffini theorem, as Lynn says, a mathematical function. So I'm sure that we all understand that now. But it exists, so that will do. Thank you. How are we doing on this one? I say naive, sneak, snake, skein, as in wool or geese. Vices. Vines. Lots of fives. Lots of fives. Can't see anything else. Vein, veins. No. Okay, try a third one. Consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant. Ooh, two B's. Vowel, consonant. Ooh, consonant. Ooh, boxer. Another phone call back now. Dear me, Joe, what are you doing with all these phone calls tonight? You've missed all of these words. You missed quartic and its definition. Backer. Somebody who's the backer of a boxer. Beak, break, broke. Anybody got anything else? Crab, cake. Can't see. Broke. No, you can't have broker because there's not two R's. No. Okay, we'll have one last one. And we'll start with a vowel. This is usually the kiss of death. Vowel. Caber. Borax. Yes, borax. Could have. consonant, consonant, consonant. Oh, vowel. Oh dear me. Vowel, consonant, consonant. Oh dear me, that doesn't look enticing, I should say. Soap. Poet, poets. Japes, jolly japes. Exist, yeah, exist. Spike, yeah. And spoke. Joe. I can't, why did I say spoke? There's no K there. No, clearly you can't have spike. There's no K. The voice in my head has come up with sex pot. No, you can't have spike, Glenn. There's no K. Exits, yeah. Don't think there's anything much else. Pace from Sarah. Yeah. Could have pasty, Pastie. I think you sometimes see it spelled like that, don't you? Pasty. Or is it patsy? If somebody is the patsy for someone, they take the fall for someone, don't they? I think it's a bit of an American thing. Or is it only IE when it's plural pasties? I don't know. Not sure on that one. I've never sort of delved into the origins of pasty and pasties, plural. No, I think we've... oh, patio, yes, patio. Patios. Make it a plural. Patios. Oh, pasty with an IE is acceptable and common in Northern Ireland. So the voice in my head tells me. That's okay. Right, okay, we'll go on to the picture round then. Remember, this is always the techies round. And it's one of those where you'll either love it or hate it, I think. Musical symbols. You are going to be shown 10 musical symbols with their definitions, or not definition, but just a description, or their word, what they mean, what they are. Match the definition to the symbol. Right, off we go. Okay, go through them again. Right, there we go. How well did you do on that? Depends if you did, how well you remember stuff from school, or whether you had piano lessons or music lessons, not just piano lessons. I had piano lessons. In fact, all of us in the family had piano lessons. I could do a mean version, a very slow, mean version of Moonlight Sonata. When we had Eisteddfods in school, Julie Harris, who was a very accomplished pianist, was the only one who entered the music section in the sixth form. So Mr. Phipps, the music teacher, asked me if I would also enter, just to give her some competition. She won. By a huge margin. And he did it for a laugh. Right. Okay, if you are ready, we'll go through the answers for the musical symbols. Number 1 was a minim. Number 2, crotchet. Number 3, semiquaver. Number 4, sharp. Number 5, time signature. Number 6, pianissimo. Number 7, crescendo. Number 8, fortissimo. Number 9, common time. And number 10, the treble clef. Clé, as I would like to say in French. So how did you do on that one? Again, I bet there'll be a mix here. Be a mix, I think. Maybe wrong. May all get 10. Sarah and Anne's dad got 10. Lynn and Martin 10. Glynis 10. Glynis and Derek. Joe Wright, no phone calls, 10. I must have been about the only person who didn't get 10. And Debbie 10. Oh, all 10s. Excellent. Oh, I don't know. Have we had that before? Where everybody's got 10? Excellent. Well done. I didn't. I forgot everything I learned. The hours of school band practice paid. Yeah, of course, yes, you were in the school band. Right. Right, round 5, languages. Yes, Debbie, a musical son, of course, yes. I thought about that. Yeah, so anyway, round 5, languages. Only 2 questions, but 5 answers to each question. So I'll give you question 1 first of all. What were the 5 most common languages studied around the world on the language learning website and app Duolingo in 2021? So obviously during lockdowns. What were the 5 most common languages studied around the world on the language learning website and app Duolingo in 2021? Some medieval French, Joe. Oh, we could do all right on that, can we? 5 most common languages studied around the world on the language learning website and app Duolingo in 2021. Fairly straightforward, this, really. Remember, these are languages studied around the world, not just in the UK. So I'll give you time to work on that. Question 2. Oh dear. Before I show question 2, I'll just... It's to do with the alphabet. There are 29 letters in the Welsh alphabet, compared with 26 in the English alphabet. But what 5 letters from the English alphabet are not in the modern Welsh alphabet, because it has changed? Again, they're fairly obvious in a way. What 5 letters from the English alphabet are not in the modern Welsh alphabet? Although there are 29 letters in the Welsh alphabet. And the reason for that is you've got things like RH is a letter in the Welsh alphabet. So my name is only actually 4 letters long. It's not 5, because RH is counted as 1 letter. And you've got double D is counted as 1 letter. Double L is counted as 1 letter. So they've got the extra letters like that. But that doesn't affect the question. What 5 letters from the English alphabet are not in the modern Welsh alphabet? So again, you'll have time to think about that. There's your 2 questions. 5 most common languages studied around the world on Duolingo, and 5 letters from the English alphabet that are not in the modern Welsh alphabet. And I tell you, you'll have learned something by the end of tonight. When you're ready, I'll give you a few minutes, but when you're ready, just let me know. Molly really is very quiet. She must be up. She must be up by the radiator in the hall. Oh, look, the birthday wishes are coming up again. Happy birthday, Gail, today. Hope you've had a good day. And Joe. For Saturday. A hard round Yes, it just amused me. Sorry. It just interested me. But it might be because I'm Welsh that it interested, well, certainly questioned. Just interested, no, yeah, just different seeing what the letters in the Welsh alphabet that don't even exist in the English alphabet. Got CH, double D, double L, RH. You're not amused. Never mind. Nothing you can do about it now. I like to put in these unusual ones now and again. How are you getting on? More time? Sarah's ready, Joe's ready. Lynn and Martin, Glynis. Glynis ready. Lynn ready. Okay, I think that's about it then. Okay, right. Question 1, the 5 most common languages studied around the world on Duolingo. They were English, Spanish, French, German and Japanese. That was probably the one that might have thrown people. English, Spanish, French, German, Japanese. And then the second one, the 5 letters from the English alphabet not in the modern Welsh alphabet. K, Q, V, X and Z. K, there used to be K in the alphabet, but it disappeared during Middle Welsh because English printers didn't have enough K letters, so they replaced it with C. And J was only introduced in 1987. So your name, Joe, before 1987 wouldn't mean just O. So I shall refer to you as O in future. Yes, it would have been SIO, sure. But even now some modern writers still don't use J, they don't agree with it. But there you go, K, Q, V, X, Z. So how did you do on that round? I'm going to refer to Joe as O from now on. 7, that's okay. See, they don't have a V because it's F in Welsh. Sarah 7, 39 in total. Good. Debbie 9. Oh, yeah, not amused. No, I'm not going to do very well on this. 42 in total. It's the wolf boy again. 38 in total for O. Hope Keith enjoyed it. Hello Keith, see you next week. $43 this week. That's okay, that's a good score. 8 and 41 for Linda Martin, that's good. Debbie a fluke, yeah. 9:47. Whoa, best yet. Did the Welsh alphabet help? 47, that's very good. Oh, of course, you won't be around for the next 2 weeks. Well, have a nice time in France. Have a good in December. I'll see you in December. Okay. Right, cheers, thanks everyone. And we'll see you next week. Now people's faces connected to Well, that's alright, I like to make people happy. Cheers, Keith.